Okay, so yesterday we discussed a few important basic things about how to use jQuery. I given you the basic points, differences we learned, how jQuery access HTML elements, how jQuery handles iterations. So how jQuery manipulates the elements, appending the elements and all. But this time you don't need to create everything manually. So what you have to do means you have to just use your markup for presentation. That's what we done here. We are not creating a list item. Without creating a list item, just designing a list item. Earlier we have to use document, create element, list item and configure it. Rest of all functionalities, everything is similar. Only the point how you present. So let's see, for example, if we want to present a table, then how we can present data. So let's take one example of presenting table. Suppose we have a table and table have width and border, and the table have t head, tr, th. So this is name and price. Some details are there. And in t body, and here we need to generate the data. So we have data. Data is an array of objects. We have name, some name, and we have price, some price. This I want to display in a tabular form. Some Nike casuals and some price, some price. I want to display this in a table. Then we have to just use dollar dot each data and a callback function. This callback function will have a key and value. Value is nothing but every item. Even you don't use key, you have to mention key. Why? Because already we learned in JavaScript, order dependency is important, right? You cannot skip that. And now I need to generate a row. So what we have to do? So we have to create a row. In that row, first cell. In that cell, we want to display the data. What is the data? Value dot name. In the second cell, another table data. In this second cell, we want to display the value dot price. And this row need to be added into table body. That means dot append to whom? T body. That's it. That means now this will generate a table with all the data displayed inside it. So previous technique, previous technique, we have to create row. We have to create two cells, one cell for name, another cell for price. Then we need to add the cells into row, then add the row into table body. But now everything is done and managed by using a single line. Everything is defined in a single line. So this is presenting the data and configuring the data. This is an example I will give here. So this is an example for table. Dynamic table. Example for how we can configure a dynamic table. Now, what additionally you have to learn in jQuery is actually You need to understand jQuery, jQuery, jQuery DOM manipulation methods. Already I given yesterday. DOM manipulation methods we already learned. We know these DOM manipulation methods. What are those? DOM manipulation methods we are having, like yesterday we saw HTML and text. We have append, we have prepend, we have before, we have after. So we have append to, and we have options like ATTR, that is attribute, prop, that is for property, and we have used each is used for iterator. These are all jQuery DOM manipulation methods. How to use these DOM manipulation methods already I told you, but nothing special. I will show you this prepend, append, before, after. Nothing but prepend means it will add a new element left. Append means new element right. Before means above, and after means below. So that is the way of adding the contents. So for example, if we are having a paragraph, means just roughly I am showing you here. We are having some paragraph of information. So, or I am keeping some div. And in the div, we have some text. And we are accessing the div. So $div. Dot we have prepend. Prepend, I said some prefix. The word what you want to add, and you can see that will be added left side. So prepend means it will add to the left side. If I use append, it will add towards the right side. If I say before, that means it will add above. And if I say after, then it will add below. So where you want to add? If you want to add into a parent, then you have to use append to. Right? By using this, we can simply manipulate. And what is ATTR? What is property? Yesterday, I given one example. If I want to access checked or not, if I want to know the attributes, then we have to use ATTR and properties. These are general things. Each yesterday I showed you. Each is nothing but iterator, how we can perform iterations. Now, actually, jQuery provides, technically jQuery provides animation, jQuery animation effects actually. Animation effects. jQuery provides animation effects. Animation effects, same, nothing special. We have animation effects like show, we have like hide, like we have toggle. So we have slide. So we have slide toggle. We have like fade. So we have like fade toggle. These are all animation methods, animation effects. So the purpose of these nothing but, instead of using lot of CSS, you can simply try them. For example, if I want to show or hide any container, then earlier in JavaScript, what we have done, we used display as none, display as block. We have to write such logic. Now it's very simple actually. Suppose you want to show or hide, if you want to handle anything, simple. See, for example, now what happens is I have a button here, and button is toggle preview, and below that I have a div container, and have an ID as figure, and inside this I just give an image source and some public images, and in that some shoe.jpg. So width and height. Actually, I want to toggle the display. That means I want to show and hide the preview. Earlier, we have to write lengthy logic for that, but now very simple. It's just on button click. That means we have to write button. What is the event? Click. Button click. What should happen? Function. Yesterday already I told you how to write events. On button click, what should happen? We have to access the hash figure. That means the div which contains picture, and just put a method called toggle. That's it. We just put the method toggle. That is, toggle is nothing but you click, it will hide. Again click, it will display. So we need to just add the method toggle. And you can even keep the timing. Timing means I want 3000 milliseconds. Like transition, how much time? So then you can see I click toggle preview, it will slowly hide. And again, it will surely display. It have predefined animation. We don't need to write much logic. That is the advantage. That's what we said. This we can do earlier also. But earlier we have to write transitions. So we have to control through buttons. So write less and do more. We have slide toggle. We have fade toggle. We can use the option like fade toggle. We can use fade toggle, slide toggle like options and define them. Fade toggle some 3000 milliseconds, and you can see this time it will be fading out, not sliding. Fading out and fading displaying. Fading means you know already, sliding, fading. All these are ready-made animation effects. You can apply all of them. Actually, I can use like hide. Hide means only hide will happen. I click on that, it will hide, only hide. But again to show, it will not work. That is the reason if I want same button to work for show and hide, then better use what? Toggle. Toggle. When you use toggle, then automatically it will show and it will hide the content. It will show and hide the contents. Showing and hiding, sliding, fading, all these are simple methods. Just you have to apply with a timing, syntactically simple. You have to access the container, suppose, and just we have to use toggle and interval. Interval in milliseconds. How many milliseconds you can define? The container you want to toggle and display in milliseconds. So the example for that is this is a simple example. So for DOM manipulations, jQuery have some methods. For animations, jQuery have some methods, animation methods. These are all animation related methods. Another important is now you need to know one more concept is jQuery provides jQuery UI. jQuery UI components. jQuery UI components. jQuery provides UI components. So actually, jQuery UI components are same like Bootstrap components. Like in Bootstrap, you have accordion. So jQuery also have accordion navigation bars. But jQuery looks very simple, easy to handle. You can see that. For example, uh, jQuery UI components means it have three things. It have effects. It will provide effects. It will provide widgets. Widgets means gadgets, ready-made plugins. So it will get widgets, effects, and components. It will have components. Three things will be there. We have effects, we have widgets, we have components, we have interactions. We call them as interactions. All these are provided by jQuery UI. Actually, you can simply say that it is similar to Bootstrap. It is similar to Bootstrap. Bootstrap. It is similar to Bootstrap with the predefined template and interactions. It is similar to Bootstrap with predefined templates and interactions. But it is more easier than Bootstrap actually. It's very simple, very simple. It's very easy. So that means actually Bootstrap affects interactions. So I will show you how to get this UI, how to get the UI. So first what you have to do is, so you have to download and set up jQuery UI. jQuery UI is not directly available. You have to download and set up jQuery UI. jQuery UI. You have to first download and set up. Download and set up jQuery UI. Download and set up the jQuery UI. And actually, it is not possible with NPM because NPM will download, but some styles will be missing. You have to manually download. NPM also you can download because all these days we have used NPM. NPM also will work, but NPM have restrictions. That means it will not download everything which is required for us. That is the reason what you have to do is you have to visit the official website of jQuery UI, jQueryui.com. This is the official website. So you have to visit the official website. First point, so visit jQueryui.com and download the library. Download UI library. Then what you have to do is extract the files and copy them into your project folder. Into your project folder where you will copy, mostly keep them in node modules. That is better because all libraries will be at one place. Extract the file and copy them into your project folder. Mostly it will be in node modules. So what you have to do now is go to the official website. You see, and right side you will see download. You download the stable one. Download the stable one, and it downloads a zip file for us. Okay, and open this and extract it. Right click and extract. Okay, after extracting, copy those files, not all these files inside the folder. Copy all these files and go to your project location. Our project is E full stack 9am. In node modules, create a new folder. I will create a folder named jQuery-UI. Don't give spaces and all for folder names. That will be so much complications in future. Already I told you, use underscores, hyphens for folder names. And this is UI, and paste all the files here. These are all the files required for jQuery UI. Remember, this is same like Bootstrap. That means here I will show you 1-2 components, others you try by yourself. Why? Because again, same like Bootstrap, you have to use them, and it's very simple. You can do by yourself now. Why? Because so this time you can see the approach, how it will be simple. See, to use this UI now in our project, see, let's keep this. Suppose I want this image. How to handle this now? Let's go. This is the image I am having. So, and height, width 100. I just have one image here. I want this image draggable, drag and place wherever I want. Suppose this is an advertisement. So, and I want to keep here. Suppose I'm keeping it aside. And here I will put a fig caption. In the fig caption, I'm giving as Nike casuals. So that is just an option I defined. And here above, I will keep a simple div. And here I will define as, suppose, ads, suppose Nike store, something like this I defined there. And so just put a style, background color, some gray. Yeah, color as some white, and text align center, something like this. That's fine. And this aside, I will keep style width is some 200 pixels. That will be fine. So 150 pixels. Okay, that will be okay. Like this I defined here. That's it. Now what should happen here is, this is in some advertisement, and I want this advertisement to be kept anywhere I want. User choice, user can keep it anywhere. If you remembered, so when mouse is moving, we can move the image along with the mouse. That example already I showed you. For that, what we have to do? We have to use mouse events. We have to get X position, Y position. By using that, that position need to be applied to the image. Then image will move along with the mouse. That example we have seen. Now see what we can do. Here, simply, I am importing another library. After jQuery.js, you have to import script source from node modules, jQuery UI. You need jQuery UI.js. jQuery UI.js. And jQuery UI is same like Bootstrap. It have its own CSS. You have to import that CSS also. That means link relation is equal to style sheet, href is equal to node modules, jQuery UI, jQuery UI CSS is there. You can use that jQuery UI CSS. Same like Bootstrap CSS, jQuery have their own CSS. Now see what I am doing. It will not make much difference. Everything look normal. Now see here, I am accessing this aside. I am accessing that aside. So dollar aside. Okay. I am giving a simple method for this. The method is I will give this as draggable. That's it. I am just applying a method for this draggable. That means you see now I click here. So that means I can drag and drop anywhere I want. That's very simple. That means now I can keep this anywhere I want in my page. So that means you see a toolbar. We can keep left side, we can keep right side. We can arrange the content anywhere we want. So earlier to design this, lot of logic we have to write. Now this is not only jQuery. This is not only jQuery. This is jQuery UI. It is an additional library. If you can import that library, same like Bootstrap, it will provide so many functionalities. I given this as draggable, right? As draggable. We can also define, like suppose I defined as resizable, draggable, resizable. Now you see I drag, I can adjust the height and width. Height and width, image height and width is not adjusted, only this container, because we are applying for the container, right? Actually, the container is not having a border so that you can see. Suppose image, if I want to apply, then here I can keep img, resizable. Then you can see the image can be resized now. That means dynamically we can adjust that. We can control this. Dynamically we can adjust that. And see this right side corner, that symbol came. That is because of jQuery CSS. If you don't have jQuery CSS, that symbol will not come correctly. So you need to have these two files, then you can implement. These are called interactions. That means jQuery UI. So how to import that? So we extracted, copied, and into a folder. That means I will keep here node underscore modules. In node modules, jQuery hyphen UI. That is the folder name I given. Into that folder we are defining. After that, you have to import following files into page, into web page. So what are the files you have to import? Link relation is equal to style sheet. Href is equal to, so node modules. In that jQuery UI, in that jQuery UI.css. You have to import that jQuery UI.css. I will copy it. These three we need. jQuery UI.css. And remember, there is order dependency. Already I told you that so many times. There is no order dependency for CSS, but there is order dependency for script. First, you have to import jQuery, then you have to import jQuery UI. jQuery UI will not work if there is no jQuery. First, you need to import jQuery, then jQuery UI. Now, you can implement jQuery interactions. jQuery interactions. jQuery interactions like draggable, like resizable, droppable, sortable. These are jQuery interactions. Draggable, resizable, droppable, sortable. These comes under jQuery interactions. You can see these interactions here. You can see in the jQuery UI official website. Here you will find these options. These are interactions: draggable, droppable, resizable, sortable, selectable. Selectable is also there. Selectable. These are interactions. These are interactions. So we can handle these interactions. Simple, very simple. Just to which element you want to apply, just attach that method. So automatically they will take control of that. Right. Next important here is in the jQuery interactions. These are jQuery interactions. One example is this one. This is the example. Let me copy this. I am just giving a image resizable. One more you can try. What is it? Dollar aside. So it is draggable like this. You can apply. Now, another important point is here. See, sortable and all similarly they work. For example, suppose I have a unordered list or list item, ordered list item, some bootstrap and list item HTML and list item CSS, list item like jQuery. So list item as JavaScript, like this we defined. Now see, I'm accessing, these are all list items available. I'm just accessing this $OL ordered list sortable. I just attached sortable. And you can see now I can drag and drop them anywhere I want. That means they are sortable easily. We can just drag and drop and keep where we want the contents. This is droppable, but observe here, I can't know, I don't know whether I can sort them or not until or unless I applied it. Actually, appearance you can give in such a way that people can understand that, okay, I can drag them up and down. For that, actually, ready-made CSS is there. You see here, this jQuery UI is having this CSS file. Right click on the CSS file and go to definition. It will take you to that CSS file. Oh, I hope it is present in this folder. Okay. It is unable to track. You can't do anything. Just you have to go to node modules, jQuery UI, jQuery UI.css. You see, this is the CSS. And see the class names. Just like we have bootstrap classes and general bootstrap icon classes here also. You see the classes starts with UI. UI. Let's see, we have any class for list items. List items. So Control F, search. So list items, list style is there. Icons also there. UI icons also there. And ordered list OL. For ordered list, we have UI, menu, items, icons, column, group. Some options are there. So item. Suppose we are having like these options. Yeah, item wrappers are there. What you can do is you can apply these classes. You can apply these classes. What is the advantage of these classes? These classes will give you that appearance so that you can easily handle them. Suppose you see resizable, these options are there. Cursor, you see this is the class resizable, cursor is there. The height, width, cursors, everything is present. You can do one thing. Let's go here and go to the UI. Which one? Sortable. And see, when I click sortable, they given the items link like this. But our items are not looking like this. Why? Because we know the reason. Because it needs a special CSS. If you want to see what CSS they have used here, then you have to go to view source. In the view source, you see the CSS they have used. UI state default. And they used an icon. They have an icon, UI icon. Same like Bootstrap icons. You can use Bootstrap icons also. BI icons you can use. UI icon arrow thick NS. This is the icon they have used for every item. Suppose I am copying this span. This icon I want. That means I am copying it. And I am using it for our page. That means here what we are doing, we are going into the list item, and before the Bootstrap, I added it. Before HTML, I added it. For everyone, I am using the icons given by jQuery UI. These are jQuery UI icons. So you have Bootstrap icons, you have jQuery UI icons, you have font awesome icons. You see the icons will be like this. We can add more styles. So you can use Bootstrap icons also. Now when I drag, it will adjust that at that particular location. It will keep that at that location. So these are CSS which you can go to the source. You can see what CSS they are using and you can implement. So actually nobody teaches jQuery UI to person who knows JavaScript. They will simply say that is a third party, visit that website and learn by yourself. You have to learn by yourself. This much also knowledge is not required to give you for a person who knows JavaScript very well, because you must able to learn by yourself now these all components, because very simple, which method, which element, that's it. You have to see the source, you have to explore the components and use them, because in real-time projects, it's not mandatory that everybody uses only those you have learned. In several projects, they use several third parties. They purchase those third parties. Just like I showed you, we have Telerik. I showed you Telerik. Telerik is a third party. This is a third party. Telerik is a third party. You see, this Telerik, I hope you have seen this. NASA is an customer of Telerik, right? Microsoft, IBM, these are customers of Telerik. That means these people are using Telerik components. And it's not free, they have to purchase. You have pricing. It's not free, they have to purchase it. They have to purchase. Per developer, $1,000. That means So that means, if you think that will companies purchase, of course they will purchase, because in real time projects we need some requirements of client in such a way that we can't waste our time to design them. Already they are designed, readily available, we ask our developers to get from there and use it. We never ask our developers to waste time in design, because we don't want to test our developer skills. We want to just achieve the requirement of client. For that we will purchase components and we will give to our developer. Then what developer have to do? He need to go to the source code, he need to verify, he need to know about that component, and he need to know where to make the changes. And that he can easily do if he is good with JavaScript and jQuery. And you see here, you see, I will go to demos. Telerik have jQuery demos. You see in jQuery demos, so many are there. These are all components only. These are all jQuery components. Now, if you want a component, see date picker, one component is there. This is date picker component. This is date picker component. And you see, I click, the date will come. Actually, this type of component is available by jQuery also. It is available with jQuery also. That means I just showed you currently interactions. jQuery also have, you have seen interactions. jQuery is also having jQuery widgets. jQuery is having widgets. Widgets are nothing but gadgets. Gadgets are nothing but like gadgets, like you have accordion. What is an accordion? No need to explain. We have an accordion. So we have date picker. So you see, these are all jQuery UI related widgets. You see, these are all widgets. Accordion, autocomplete, button, control group, dialog, menu, everything is there. That means here I am just giving only 1-2 options. So like we have dialog, we have like menu, so menu, etc. So many will be there. And all these are similar to Bootstrap, but a little bit different from Bootstrap. But these are also not enough. Generally what we do is we need more better. In that case we go with third parties. We have a date picker here. Observe. So suppose I want a date picker. See, here I am giving a simple text box. I am giving here, so departure, and the text box input type is equal to text. ID is departure. Okay. Now you can see this is general text box. And I want a date picker. Then you can see here, I am just accessing hash departure. That is text box. And to that we have to just apply date picker. I'm just applying the date picker for that. And when I apply the date picker for this, that means it will get a date picker. Simple. But it is not like, this date picker is not looking like what you have seen in Telerik. Telerik has a text box. Beside text box icon, on the icon click, it comes up. Calendar looks more rich. So that in that calendar you can select range of dates. This is not possible in this. That means our development team says that this jQuery picker is not enough for us because client have this requirement. Then our company will not ask that, okay, then design. Time waste, right? Because software development in companies is business, not talent show. It is business. That means They pay you money for doing it. By that day, you have to deliver it. How you have done, they don't care. How much hard work you done, they don't care. You done it or not is important. That's it. That means we never ask our developers to waste time in design, try this. That is all to test our freshers in their skill levels. That means in interviews to test the people skill levels, how much they know about the subject. So what we do is we say that design this, design that, like this, like that. But in real time projects, we say that don't waste time there. We have purchased some components, use them. Simply because in real world projects, it's all business going on. We have to work for business, we have to develop application for business, and everything is time bound. That means they say that tomorrow you have to deliver this, you have to deliver by tomorrow. Mandatory. In that case, you cannot waste time in all these designing. So that you can do if you have a lot of time and the requirements are not enough. But actually companies will have all these third parties purchased readily. And don't think that everyone will go with only tailoring. Depends on some free components are there. So if that is enough, they will go with it. If not enough, they will purchase it. Not only tailoring, there are so many things like that. We have like Dev Express, I think. So this is, Dev Express is another one. So this is Dev Express. Dev Express is another one very popularly used by developers. This is another Dev Express. This is another one. This is another one. This also you have to purchase. This also you have to purchase. And you see here also JavaScript UI components are there. When I go to JavaScript UI components, it will show you the preview. So you see these are all the components that is having. So grids, in the grids you have options like so sorting, filtering, searching. You can search, right? You can search, suppose Apollo. So I am searching for Apollo and it will get those results and display. Such grids are designed, configured with jQuery only. But we don't ask our developers to waste time in design all this. We will just purchase this grid and give to them. They have to send data into it. That's it. That means in order to customize according to our requirement, developer should know where to make the changes, right? jQuery provides an option, but it is not fulfilled with all requirements. We have to depend on several third parties. Like this, we have gadgets, and those gadgets are called widgets. So a simple example here I have shown you. What is that example? Date picker. I will copy this example. This is a simple date picker gadget. And observe here, I will show you more gadgets which will be more simple. You have seen accordion. Already we have used accordion in Bootstrap. Observe the difference between accordion of Bootstrap and accordion of jQuery. See, observe the difference here. Go to, where is this? We designed Bootstrap examples. We created in accordion. Yes. You see, this is the accordion we designed, if you remembered. This is the accordion we designed. If you remembered this accordion we used in KFC form and all, we created that. And observe here, lot of logic is there for accordion class, accordion item, accordion header, and button. Button should toggle collapse, target BS target. And you observe here, accordion will have accordion body, accordion collapse, and it uses collapse. So much complication is there. Observe carefully now. Here, how we are doing, means how we are creating. Observe here. So to implement accordion like design here, See, you can observe the example. You see their official website now. You see accordion. You see this is the accordion they are having. Same accordion they are having. Same like Bootstrap. But observe the source here. In the source, you will find only one logic here. See, presentation is important. Presentation important. See, according to their presentation, see what they have given is div. Okay, this div have an ID called topics. Okay, in these topics, we have a heading. That means in these topics, we have a heading, some heading. This is HTML. And here we will put a div. In the div, we will put a paragraph. In the paragraph, we will say something about HTML. Okay, that's finished. Then next, another heading. This is CSS and div. Okay, in that paragraph, this is something about CSS, and you go heading 3, JavaScript, and a div below and a paragraph. So something about JavaScript. Okay. Now observe carefully. This is only the design we created. That is only the design we created. Earlier, you have seen that in Bootstrap, accordion item, collapse, be it database, target, toggle, and everything. Now observe simple. We have to access the topics, $hash topics, and to that apply accordion. To that apply accordion, and you can see that the accordion ready. Accordion ready. Now I click on this, it will work. No database, target, toggle, classes, everything. Now you might be thinking like, then why you told waste all these things? You wasted our time. So obviously, if anybody asks you, like, I don't want like this, customize, change that color, then now what you will do? Change this color, or I want a plus button. You see Netflix plus accordion will be there. I want a plus button, close button. I don't want this color, this effects. Then what? Then I cannot use this now. I cannot use this. So then what you have to do, you have to create your own accordion, because every accordion may not have the same requirements. I don't need this everywhere. That means I need a different appearance, different style, different animation. In that case, the point is you have to create yourself. Then how it is possible? Through the HTML we can do it. Here we can customize everything. Header color what we want, footer color what we want, button icon what you want, button symbol what you want, you can customize. Here everything is predefined, readily available. Making changes into this is very much lengthy, and customizing that, if you need customized, then better go with your own component designs, right? That is the reason. So these are all available, but we will not depend on these every time until or unless we need exactly the same. If we need something different, then we have to design. That's the reason, as a developer, you have to know both techniques, how to create by yourself and how to use ready-made. Using ready-made, nothing much complicated, just you need to understand the methods. So this is the basic approach, how we handle the design. This is again, here everything is about how you design it. That means the main container, in that heading styles, in that under every heading there is a div, in that there is a paragraph. Then automatically, according to that, it will give you accordion style. So that is an example for that. So this is an example for how we can add accordion. Now you try other components. You try other components. No need to explain, right? You can try. So these components you try. Like dialogue. Dialogue is nothing but like model. We have learned a model. Model means pop-up, right? Model have model header, model footer. This is dialogue. This is dialogue. So this is dialogue, same like alert you have seen, right? So you see model confirmation. You see it will be okay, cancel. Model form, it will open the forms. Like this already we done. Already we created this. So the difference is here it will be simple. That means here you have to, there we have to apply lot of classes and lot of bindings. Here it will be simple. But animation, effects, appearances, if you want to change, customize, then write by yourself. I hope you have observed the model that you learned in Bootstrap is also jQuery only. Understood? The model that you have used in Bootstrap is also jQuery only. Data BS target, data BS toggle, those are all coming from which code? jQuery. We are importing jQuery.js, and we are importing bootstrap bundle.js. That bootstrap bundle.js is jQuery only. That means what is advantage there is everything you can customize in more detailed way. Here ready made, everything is ready made. You can see the source code, you can see the source code, and this is the code. You need to understand how do we configure, how do we define and specify that. You have to try this by yourself now. You have to try this by yourself, right? You try these widgets like progress bar, select menu, all these widgets are present. You have to try these widgets. Try those widgets. So in jQuery, we have learned two things. One is jQuery DOM manipulations, jQuery effects, and jQuery UI. In jQuery UI, you have interactions, you have widgets. You have to use those widgets. Now, after understanding these widgets, in jQuery, very important concept is now jQuery Ajax. How we can handle jQuery Ajax? How we can deal with jQuery Ajax? So Ajax is nothing but asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So what is the concept of asynchronous? So asynchronous allows to handle tasks. Asynchronous allows to handle tasks using unblocking technique. Using unblocking technique. So unblocking technique. Unblocking technique allows the current task to run along with other tasks. Unblocking technique allows the current task to run with another task. That is the unblocking technique. Unblocking technique allows the current task to run along with the other tasks. Actually, blocking technique means one task is running, another task will be stopped, so that one after another only the process will happen. Actually, you will see practically implementing this in server side technologies. In server side, we will learn Node.js. There you will see practically. For example, we have the task here. Suppose item 1, some item 2, like item 3, like this we have item 4. Now what happened is we are making a request for this. That means we are making a request and we want to read one after another all of them. That means actually we are using a for. So where item of collection data, whatever data is there, we are reading. Generally what happens is, actually it is going to handle the request in this way. What it is going to do is it will make a request to the first one. That means the first request goes here. This will make a request to the first item. After making request to the first item, it will wait until the response comes from that item. That means it will wait until the response comes from this item. Once the response is finished, then it will go to the second one. That means the request will not go to the second one until first one is finished. But first one is taking more time because it's a lengthy task. Then it will wait until the task is finished. It will not go to the next until the previous is finished. This is called blocking technique. In blocking technique, it will not go to the next until one is finished. In unblocking technique, which is asynchronous, in asynchronous what happens? It will make a request for item 1. After that, it will not wait. It will make request to item 2. It will make request to item 3. It will make request to item 4. And now it waits. Which one is ready? That one will first come first. That means item 4 is ready. Response will come for that. Item 2 is ready. It will come there. There is no order. It will make request for all of them and it will wait. Which one is ready? That will come. That is good if you are dealing with multiple tasks. If you want the task to happen one after another, then blocking technique. Unblocking technique, blocking technique. This unblocking technique is called asynchronous. Asynchronous. The concept of asynchronous is, so just like you see, suppose you have WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, you are offline and somebody have sent a email, a message. So first he sent a video, then a text message, then a picture message. 3 messages he sent in order. Then when you are online, which message will come first? All 3 will come. All 3 will come, but text will appear first and video is loading. Picture is also loading. Picture will finish first, video will be later. That means all will come at a time. All will come at a time, but you will feel like text is first. But actually all at a time came. Text you can see first because it is lightweight. Image, it will take time because it is loading, and video will take more time because according to timing only they will send the message. But which one you will see first, that depends on how much lengthy the task is. That means all tasks are executed at a time, but which one you will see, that depends on how much lengthy the task is. So lightweight task will come first. That means in web technologies, you need AJAX very much, because when a task is going on, other tasks should work in the background. They should not wait for the task. That is the reason AJAX is very much important in web designing. That means what AJAX will do, Ajax provides techniques. Ajax provides techniques that allow partial. This is very important. Partial postback, that allow partial postback. Partial postback. Partial postback. Partial postback means only is only a specific portion of page can only a specific portion of page can post back. Only a specific portion of page can post back. So entire page is not posted. Only a specific portion of page is posted. That means what it will do is it improves the performance of page. It improves the performance of page. The performance of page. That's how it handles. It improves the performance of page. We will see. So it is used for various occasions. That means jQuery provides a lot of Ajax methods. jQuery provides various Ajax methods. Like we have Ajax. So we have like get JSON. So we have like Ajax success. So we have like Ajax complete. We have like Ajax start. We have like Ajax failure. Ajax success, Ajax complete, Ajax start, Ajax failure, Ajax end. So many methods will be there for Ajax. Actually, Ajax have a life cycle. So it will have a process cycle through that it can handle. There are various shortcut techniques also. I will show you that. Now, here we will see one simple example how these methods will handle. I asked you to try one bootstrap template. I given an example, right? Bootstrap template for Naresh IT website template I given, right? In that template, what you have done is, I hope you have created it. So bootstrap template is there. Bootstrap template. This is the bootstrap. Yeah, this is the template I asked you to try, and many people have designed it here. Here you have a toolbar. Now, when I click about, this about will come. About page will come. In that also we have a toolbar. How you done this? Have you designed the toolbar in every page? Have you designed toolbar in every page? You should not actually. That means we will not put a toolbar in every page. That means you will have only one page. Everything will come onto that page. So that means you will have an index page. Everything comes onto that index page, into that page. That means without navigating outside the page, we have to bring everything into that page. We have to bring everything into that page. So that means without reloading the page, you observe here, page is reloading, refreshing. That means to bring a new page, the page is refreshing. But only this part of the page will be loaded. In that case, we don't want to load the complete page. In that case, what you can do is we can implement this concept with Ajax. Let's see one simple approach here how we can do. I am creating some design. So I am creating a new folder, site. Okay. In that site folder, I have index.html. I have home.html. And I have about.html. So contact.html roughly. And in that, so we have a div, and this is a heading, contact us, and we have some address. So some div, and here I kept some address, some Naresh I Technologies, and some address. Some address we have defined. Okay. Next, in about, a div and a heading, some about us, and here something about, so Naresh ID, something like this, and home and a div and heading as some Naresh IT home, and some content. This is home page, something like this. Everything should come on to this index page now. That means we are designing doc type HTML head title, and now I say index, and let's link relation is equal to style sheet href is equal to, just we have node modules bootstrap dist css bootstrap css. Okay. And we have script, we just need jQuery script. So node modules and jQuery, and because Ajax is directly available in jQuery is enough, nothing else required. Okay, now go to body, and we are designing class container fluid, and here we will put a div and class as row, and here we have a div and class as, so call 3, and here we have a div, and let's keep the class as call 9, and here we have the navigation options defined here. So just I will keep a div, so button, so this is like home, so and the class as btn and btn primary. Okay, margin bottom as 2. Okay, that is the option. Margin bottom 2 I will give for this div. Okay, class as margin bottom as 2 or 3. Okay, now let's copy this. This is like navigation menu. This is home, and we have about, and we have another one, contact. So, and w100 w100 w100, the width I am configuring same. Okay, now this is the index page design actually, and here I will add a simple header, some heading, some nourish I technologies. Okay. So class BG primary and text white and text center. Okay, and this is the header we are having. And whatever the contents are there, I want to display right side. So that means here we were using iframes earlier for navigation and all. Now here we will just put a div. And this div will have an ID as section. That's it, section. Now what should happen is on these buttons, that means button will have an ID as BTN home. This ID is having as BTN about. And this is having an ID as BTN contact. Now here we need to write a jQuery logic for this button clicks. That means we are writing a script and dollar function. And in this, now what should happen? Hash BTN home dot click. So on click, what should happen? So on click, we will use a callback function. What this have to do is it should make an AJAX call. Why AJAX call? Because AJAX will not reload the complete page. Without reloading the complete page, it will bring a new page and display inside the current page. Without refreshing the complete page, it is getting new details into page. That is good. That means it will improve the performance. This you will see everywhere. For example, if you have seen some crick info, this is live cricket scores website. This is crick info. You see here there is scorecard coming here. This is scorecard. If a cricket match is going on live, then that scorecard will update. That box only will update. Not entire page. Entire page refresh means it will take so much time because entire page is having a lot of things. It will not load entire page. Only this portion will update. Only that portion will update. That means only that box will update. If it is happening, that means it is using AJAX. Without refreshing the complete page, we can do that. That means how we can do, we can make an $.AJAX call. This AJAX method is expecting some AJAX options. AJAX options means a set of properties and values. Set of properties and values means you have to define as an object. As an object, what are the properties we are having? First property, method. Method indicates what is the AJAX method you want to use. You know the form methods. If you want to fetch any information, which method we have to use? Get. If you want to send any information, then you have to use post. Currently, we have to fetch the page. That means the method is get. So second, next option is URL. It indicates the URL. URL means which one you want to get. So the page location, the path, it is present in the same location. So home.html. So that's it. So we have to define that. We need to access it and we need to configure it. But very important is where to display this. We are fetching it. That's fine. That means whatever result comes from this, that means we have to define. That means URL method is there. It is having a lot of other details. But what should happen is once it is successful, means it made successful, what should happen? AJAX uses a method. AJAX uses the method. We have the method status text, all these things I will tell you. There is a method then indicate, same like you remembered fetch we have used, right? Now we have then, okay, then if it is successful, then what we will do, we will use a callback function. All this, what this callback function will do is it will get the response. Response means whatever this file is returning, it will come as a response. Where to display it? Where to display it? We have to display that inside section. Am I right? Section is a div. Inside that HTML, I want to display that response. Whatever response comes, I have to display inside it. That means the response coming from this file, it should display there. It should display there. That means when I click on the home, it should get it. That means without refreshing the page, you see when I click on the button, page will not refresh. Observe the refresh button. It will directly load the content. That is good. That is good. And you already learned how to write the logic for multiple buttons. You remember, na? I told you 3 buttons. You don't need to write 3 logics. You can write only one logic that can work for all the 3. How? You have to send the information about that button. Information about the button, how you will send here? Because I written for BTN home, na? That means it is working for home button. Similarly, I have to write for all the buttons, or you can write one method which can work for all the 3. All the 3. For that, we learned event arguments. How do we pass and use? Suppose temporarily now I am copying here. And what is the next method? This is for about. For about click. For about click, it has to get information from where? About.html. Here, some more points are there. Another option. So this is another one is contact click. So it has to get information from which page? Contact.html. And you can observe here. Now what happens is I click on home, I click on about contact, that information will come. So that means without reloading the page, the new details will come to the page. Suppose you have in about, I am designing a form. So I will put a heading, say login, and I say data list, data term, everything similar, some username, and you have a data definition, input type is equal to text, and you can see that on about it will get that and display. Anything you can configure inside it. This is one technique. But not only this, generally when we are using Ajax, we use Ajax to communicate with API. That means now we are using HTML page, but not HTML page. We want to fetch data from Fake Store API. We want to fetch data from NASA API. So we use Ajax for APIs, fetching the data from API and displaying the data. From API, if data is coming, it will be in the form of JSON. Then how to use Ajax to interact with the data? That is a big concept. How to handle the data coming through Ajax. Earlier, what we have done to access the data from API, we have used fetch method. Now, important question asked in interview, what is difference between fetch and Ajax? Because both are doing same. Then what is difference between fetch and Ajax? These are very important. That we'll see tomorrow in the next session, right? In tomorrow's session, I will give you detailed examples on Ajax, how to use Ajax in communicating with APIs and designing, working with APIs. Currently, I showed you one example of how we can use Ajax for fetching any information from a HTML file and displaying it. So for that, we have just used the basic Ajax method in this way. The basic Ajax method, we have used Ajax method URL. If it is successful, get the response data and display the response data inside the section. Now, how to use for JSON and others, that we'll see in tomorrow's session, right? Then tomorrow we can build an application with Ajax. That means like shopping cart like application we can build by using Ajax instead of using fetch, right? Tomorrow we'll see that.